I want to ask you what part of the country you come from.
I originate from Canada. I guess where that is.
Oh, I know where Canada is. I've been there myself.
Well, travel for a slave.
Solomon Northup is an expert player on the violin.
I was born a free man, lived with my family in New York.
Be good for your mother.
Until the day I was deceived.
To Solomon.
Kidnapped, sold into slavery.
Well, boy, how you feel now?
My name is Solomon Northup. I'm a free man, and you have no right whatsoever to detain me.
You're no free man. You're nothing but a Georgia runaway.
Went down to the river Jordan.
And that servant
That don't obey his Lord
shall be beaten with many stripes. That's scripture.
The condition of your laborers, it's all wrong.
They're my property.
You say that with pride.
I say it as fact.
Man does how he pleases with his property.
You come here.
I say come here!
Days ago, I was with my family, in my home. Now you tell me all is lost.
If you want to survive, do and say as little as possible.
The solar rising.
Well, I don't want to survive.
For the year when
I want to live.
I thought you knowed something.
I did as instructed. There's something wrong. It's wrong with the instruction.
Master brought you here to work. Any more, I'll earn you 100 lashes.
I know what it like to be the object of Master's lash. In his own time, good Lord will manage them all.
I will survive. I will not fall into despair. I will keep myself hardy till freedom is opportune.
I was a free man. I'm not a slave.
So after Catching Fire, this is the trailer that's gotten a lot of people excited as well recently. And I have to say, it looks very, very good. But there are two things working against 12 Years a Slave. The first is, unfortunately, Django Unchained. An excellent movie about slavery that seems to be kind of like very similar to this one, only like more genre, have more genre aspects to it, which are always more of a crowd pleaser. So I think a lot of people might, you know, particularly people who just aren't cinephiles, who just like to go to the movies but are a little bit more, you know, picky because they don't want to spend the money or they have other things they want to do, they might be like, I'll wait to rent it because I've already kind of seen this movie last year. So that's one problem. The second problem is kind of like in the shadows still, but it's going to really rear its head later this month, and that's The Butler. I've seen it. I saw the film. I'm so excited about it. I can barely contain my excitement, but I have to because there's a review embargo in place, so I can't post my review until everyone else starts posting it. So that's why I'm sitting on it, which sucks. But I will tell you that that is going to be that's going to talk about a crowd pleaser. That's going to be a crowd pleaser in a different way. Django Unchained was very genre-like, and I think The Butler is very extremely mainstream. It's like I would compare it to Driving Miss Daisy or The Help. So where does that put 12 Years a Slave? And this just shows why timing is so important in Hollywood. Sometimes great movies just have bad timing, and that might be the case, I think, very much so for 12 Years a Slave, because you have Fruitvale Station that also is going to be vying for Oscars and awards contenders. And you might think to yourself, well, who cares? I mean, is this a good movie or not? But you know, audience appeal and also awards. I mean, this is an awards contender, and that's the game this movie has chosen to play. It's coming out during award season. It's definitely being edited to look like an awards, kind of film. Just even that title card, the way the 12 is written, that is like classic awards, fare, and it's doing everything right. It just might have not. This might be a bad year for it to be fighting. It's just like The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, another Brad Pitt movie, by the way, which didn't do very well because it just went up against, I believe, Slumdog Millionaire. I'm doing this off the cuff. I might be wrong on that, but sometimes another movie just steals your thunder, and it just happens. But as for the movie itself, I think it looks very well done. I think great acting, great visuals. I think it benefits a lot from the music choice, like the very Bernard Herrmann kind of violin music that's played in the middle of the trailer. I think does a lot for it. That's from another movie though. I forget what it's from. I can't quite tell off the top of my head. but you'll notice they use a lot of other movies' music and trailers sometimes, which I think maybe is not such a good idea. I think, because you're selling something that people aren't going to get when they get into the theater. I hope that this trailer has some modern aspects like that. But this is also a very interesting year in that you have Steve McQueen directing this movie from Hunger and Shame. He made both those with Michael Fassbender. But you have him moving with this film, and then you have Lee Daniels with The Butler, and you have two extremely independent artistic filmmakers going mainstream. And I can tell you at least that Lee Daniels did a fantastic slam dunk job, and it looks like Steve McQueen is also doing a very good job with the mainstream film as well. So it's really impressive, because a lot of times indie filmmakers can't cross over. There's just a part of them that can't make a traditional film. Nicholas Winding Refn, I'm looking at you. But to see these two people say, you know what, I am going to play the Hollywood game and play it well is impressive. So even if 12 Years a Slave falls through the cracks, I think that everyone involved with it hopefully will find themselves moving forward. But I really like it. I think it really looks good, but I have a feeling that it's not going to get the attention that it might have in another year because of the elements I've brought up. So what do you think? Do you think it has a fighting chance? Or do you think you'll see it? Or do you actually feel that the things I've mentioned detract from it a little bit? And what do you think of indie filmmakers going so mainstream? Ironically, for awards, though, you'll see that studios are getting more into the awards game, and because of that, awards films are becoming, more mainstream, and you're getting the more artistic indies pushed out a little bit. So it looks like a lot of indie filmmakers are going to have to go mainstream if they want that Oscar. Fascinating stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this trailer review, part of Trailer Review Palooza over the next couple of days, and I hope you'll check out these other trailer reviews right now. Bye.